LaMelo Ball is overhyped. Every time I log onto Twitter or Instagram, the first thing in my feed that pops up almost every single time is another video of LaMelo Ball throwing a lob to somebody or making a three. And being completely honest, it's kinda starting to get very repetitive, and it's showing me a lot of similarities of what happened with Zion last year, and they don't even talk about Zion like anymore. But besides the point, LaMelo Ball is everywhere, just how like his brother Lonzo was when he first got drafted into the NBA and while he was at UCLA as well. Like, I think a lot of people forget that like they were comparing Lonzo Ball to Magic Johnson, like 6'6" playmaker who could basically do everything for you and throw a lot of flashy passes. And when I mean everywhere, I mean like everywhere, especially for a guy who's only averaging 15 points a game in Charlotte. But as I was saying, he is basically being talked about so much that he quite possibly cannot fail. Like, he has to be an all-star by next year. Like, they are talking about him as if he's the second coming of Michael Jordan. And while he is playing under Michael Jordan's team, that's still crazy. He is seriously being put out there like crazy, and it's showing a lot of similarities to Zion Williamson because of the fact of how many clips of him are out there on the internet of him just making a simple pass or alley-oop. And when Zion got back from injury, he was everywhere too. And with all of this hype surrounding LaMelo Ball comes a lot of expectations. As I stated previously, he basically cannot fail according to a lot of people. He's just that good. And the way that they are talking about a 19-year-old man is bewildering. And as we learned from the past, hype can turn something good or great into something terrible or something that we should not pay attention to. And in LaMelo Ball's case, this is something that has a great chance of happening. And I know this from previous examples like Zion Williamson. Back when Zion Williamson was in high school, there were highlights of him basically everywhere. He had ballislife, Overtime, and many other companies that had Instagram accounts that did highlights of sports games and such. Probably made it priority to have at least 2 to 3 posts of Zion Williamson every week. So he was basically everywhere, just like LaMelo Ball. And I mean, like, everyone got hyped because it's like a really tall dude going against like 5'4", 100-pound kids. Like, it was fun to watch. Like, what's not to get hyped about? Because of this, a lot of hype was produced around him, and even when he was at Duke, I still feel like I saw more of his high school clips than his college clips, and I still do from time to time, but like, I don't see any Duke clips at all. So yeah, he was basically everywhere. And when he got drafted by the Pelicans, I mean, other than people in New Orleans were just ill. Nobody was really happy about him playing New Orleans. They were just excited to see him play. And in that like 20-something game stretch, he had great numbers. He averaged like over 20 points a game, which is amazing for a rookie. So you would think that people would not have their fill of Zion yet. But yet, I feel like the second the NBA season started, they pulled all coverage on the New Orleans Pelicans and Zion, and pulled it all the way over to Charlotte so that they could cover LaMelo Ball. Due to this, Zion media coverage slowly faded into the oblivion, and when he put up great numbers and made an all-star game, nobody talked about it. And I mean, like, nobody talked about it. And now back to LaMelo, it's pretty obvious what quite possibly could happen. Not a very big market team has a super young rising star possibly, who's had the spotlight on him since he was in 9th grade, and putting up over 90 points in a single basketball game in high school. And if Charlotte doesn't make the playoffs this year, I really don't see this media coverage on LaMelo Ball staying the way it is. But yeah, anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys think of LaMelo Ball, overhyped or not, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.